What you're looking at right now is a live vote count in the House of Representatives. The full House is voting on an amendment that would repeal the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy, which bars gay men and lesbians from serving openly in the United States Armed Forces. Right now, the number that you're looking at here, you see where it says totals there, Democratic, Republican, Independent, and then totals? You're looking under the yeas and nays column there under totals. We're right now at 210 yeses, 180 noes. If that yeas column goes from 210 to 217 or higher, now it's at 211, then the Don't Ask, Don't Tell repeal amendment will have passed the House of Representatives. Earlier today, it passed the Senate Armed Services Committee. It is similar language that is passing, looks to be on its way to passing the House right now. If it happens again, it will be to vote for legislative repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, but the repeal itself will be contingent on Pentagon review. The Pentagon is in the midst right now of reviewing the Don't Ask, Don't Tell policy's repeal. That review, the review of how to repeal it, is due on December 1st. The way this language is written, what will happen is that that report will have to be completed. The Pentagon will have to review it. The president will have to review it, and then the president and the Secretary of Defense and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff will have to certify that it is consistent with military readiness to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. They have now done it. They've now gone over the top. They needed 217. They now stand at 219 votes in the House of Representatives, 220 to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Again, this is an amendment to the Defense Authorization Bill. The Defense Authorization Bill essentially sets aside money for the Pentagon. It's all sorts of Pentagon spending. It's a multi-million dollar bill. It's the sort of thing that almost always passes. Republicans, not all of them, but Republican leadership are so opposed to the prospect of Don't Ask, Don't Tell being repealed that members of the Senate, like Roger Wicker from Mississippi and John McCain of Arizona, have said that they will not only filibuster to the Defense Authorization Bill in order to prevent this Don't Ask, Don't Tell repeal amendment from becoming law. They will not only filibuster the defense authorization, the Pentagon spending. They will not only, they'd rather not have a military than have a military that allows gay people in it. They will not only filibuster, they're planning to do everything in their power as senators to stop this from becoming law. Obviously, the political calculus here is that Democrats wanted to get this done in Congress before the November elections. It is a historical, it is a historical axiom that in the first midterm election after a president is elected, the opposing party gains seats in the first midterm election. Every time except for two since the Civil War that has happened in the first midterm election after the election of a new president. And so Republicans are expecting to gain seats both in the House and the Senate. Democrats wanted to get this done before that happens. But again, repeal itself contingent on that Pentagon study about how to repeal the bill and certification from the President, the Secretary of Defense, and the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff that repealing this 17-year-old policy will not be contrary to the standards of military readiness that the United States intends to maintain. Again, right now the vote 229, well over the 217 vote threshold the House needed to pass this repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell amendment. This is not over, but this is a huge, huge step. That does it for us tonight. Countdown with Keith Olbermann starts right now. Have a good night.